What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, basically a video will be dedicated for 100% to the FINRA answer, FINRA letter that was published just yesterday on March 16th, and it's titled MMTLP Corporate Action and Trading Halt. Finally, we have this letter, but I have to say that we have more questions than answers right now. And before we dive deep into this news, I want to ask you just hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family. It is extremely important to push this type of videos to as broad audience as we can. And I will continue to do my best in order to help the MMTLP and next bridge hydrocarbons community to fight against this illegal activity of fraudulent hedge funds and of potential fraudulent activity of some authorities. So please do it and I will continue to do my best. Okay, let's start with the news itself. I have to say that it is quite a long letter, as you can see right here, and we have 11 answers on several questions. But let me start with the very beginning. And let me show you that right here, in the first part of this letter, it describes the corporate actions and FINRA's role. And it is quite a common definition, and we don't need to talk about it basically in any means. Next one, the MMTLP corporate action. Right here in this paragraph you can read what was the corporate action itself, and we all know what was the result of these actions. It results to the trading halt. And I also don't want to dive deep into this paragraph. But right here we can see first questions. So, and the first question is, why did FINRA halt trading in MMTLP? And let me quote you this. Among FINRA's concerns were the fact that after December the 12th, the MMTLP shares would cease to be DTC eligible. MMTLP shares would be cancelled at the time of the distribution on December 14th. And next bridge common stock was not expected to be DTC eligible, raising uncertainty regarding how transactions executed after December the 8th would settle in an orderly manner and in relation to these dates. Had MMTLP continued trading after December the 8th, there was the possibility that investors buying MMTLP during that time period may not have realized that those shares were about to be cancelled by metamaterials, that they may not receive MMTLP shares before they were cancelled, and that they would not be recorded on December 12th as MMTLP holders eligible to receive next bridge common stock in the distribution. So, I have to say that it is quite controversial definition, because if people know that this asset should be deleted right after the effective date, why they would buy this asset? It doesn't make sense. But FINRA should protect this type of investors, but why did they confirm these rules right here? And let me quote you this. After several amendments, the registration statement for the next bridge shares became effective on November 18th. So it was several updates of this statement, and then FINRA approved these rules. And it doesn't make sense in my opinion. Next one. In addition, after December the 12th, the MMTLP shares would not longer be DTC eligible, and the next bridge shares were not expected to be DTC eligible. This means that after December the 12th, any unsettled trades in MMTLP would have needed to be handled through broker-to-broker process outside of DTC. Thus, there was uncertainty about whether trades executed after December 8th would settle in an orderly manner, including whether they would settle before the MMTLP shares were cancelled on December 14th. In other words, for trades in MMTLP executed after December the 8th, the seller of MMTLP shares would still have been recorded as the holder eligible to receive next bridge shares as a part of the corporate action distribution, and the buyer would not be recorded as eligible to receive next bridge shares in the distribution. Moreover, the buyer would have purchased shares that would be cancelled on December 14th, and there was uncertainty as to whether these trades would be settled in an orderly manner before the cancellation date. See also question 7 below. So, Right here, they describes that this process is extremely complicated for them, and in other words, they just halted these trades on MMTLP shares in order to prevent this uncertainty that they confirmed by themselves right here. After several amendments, the registration statement for NextBridge shares became effective on November 18th. So they confirmed this document, and why they didn't allow people to continue these trades? It doesn't make sense. On top of that, I have to say that this process of NextBridge of MMTLP spin-off is not so complicated compared to the previous process of receiving MMTLP shares from TRCH spin-off. And let me show you these details. Torchlight Energy Resources today announced that it paid the special Series A preferred stock dividend on a 1-for-1 basis to its stockholders of record on June 24th, 2021. Torchlight also announced that it implemented a 1-for-2 reverse stock split of its common stock. The reverse split, which will become effective after market closing on June 25th, 2021, was approved by the stockholders of Torchlight and special shareholder meeting, so on and so forth. But let me quote you this. Prior to the implementation of the reverse stock split, it was expected that Metamaterial Incorporated shareholders would receive 3.690 shares of Torchlight common stock in exchange for each of their shares of Metamaterial. This exchange ratio was planned to result in Metamaterial Incorporated shareholders owning approximately 75% of the resulting post-merger company. Metamaterials subject to financings prior to the closing of the business combination. To ensure that the Metamaterial shareholders own the same approximate 75% after the reverse split, the exchange ratio was divided by 2 to 1.845 shares of Torchlight, which will be renamed Metamaterials as of Monday morning. For each shares of Metamaterials to reflect the reverse stock split impact on total outstanding shares of Torchlight. So, as you can see, this process is much more complicated that as you can see right here. And because of this, in my opinion, this definition is ridiculous that FINRA wasn't able to solve this problem, and they just skip it by trading halt. So, let me show you further. Has the MMTLP trading halt ended? And the simple answer is yes, and we know it, and we cannot do anything with this. How were MMTLP shares publicly quoted and traded in the first place? And this question is also quite interesting. So, MMTLP shares has a QCIP number, and right after the first trade that was made back in days, I guess in 2021, these shares became publicly tradable. And it is as simple as that. So I don't think that this answer is 100% legit, because you cannot open the trades of the shares that wasn't publicly tradable by just wishing to trade them. And in my opinion, it doesn't make sense. So, and let me show you another, in my opinion, extremely important bullet. What happens if short positions in MMTLP were not closed out before FINRA halted trading? And let me quote you in details. Broker-dealers have operational conventions in place for adjusting short positions following a corporate action. In this instance, FINRA understands that firms have adjusted short position in MMTLP to reflect an equal size short position in next breach. In other words, in account with the short position of 100 shares of MMTLP now reflects a short position of 100 shares in next breach. In other words, the corporate action did not compel short positions to be closed or extinguish any obligations associated with outstanding short positions. And in my opinion, this statement is 100% illegal, because NextBridge Hydrocarbons is the private company, and you cannot hold short position on a private company. You cannot hold basically the position on the non-tradable asset. And this statement is 100% illegal in my opinion. So I think this video is extremely long right now, and probably I will do another update probably tomorrow to explain more details related to this saga. But for now, again, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell, and share this video with your friends and family. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bags.